before we went to break, we were talking with Sean, and Sean had called in and let us know that he had co-signed for his daughter on a vehicle. His daughter had some health issues, and he was now responsible in dealing with this. The bank repossessed the vehicle, sold it, and now they're trying to come after you for the $11,500 difference. But Sean, you mentioned that they offered you some type of settlement for around $6,000. Is that correct?
Well, a 60% settlement,
okay,
which comes out to just over $7,000.
Okay, just over $7,000. So, have you?
What?
Go ahead.
Sorry. What I did, I called them this morning just to see if I could negotiate that, and I just said, I asked, could we offer you $1,000? And the people said, no, we don't negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
So my question for you guys is, am I better off making minimum payments? Am I better off? Because if I make minimum payments, they're going to hold the debt clear up until the full $11,500 is paid off. Or do I not do anything and let it go to collections and then deal with the collection agent?
Okay. So let me ask you this.
What I've heard is that they will deal.
Yeah, Sean, what is your household income?
About $70,000.
Okay. All right. And so you said, what other debts do you have?
Our mortgage.
Okay. And so you qualified for this. So you told them you should be able to pay this.
Well, and yeah, I'm a teacher, and we've also got 11 kids.
Okay.
So
you have 11 kids still living with you now.
There are other medical bills that we're making payments on.
Okay.
That are, and for that matter, this daughter's medical bills. She's been in the hospital quite a bit the past couple of months, and so we don't know what all those are going to be yet.
I understand. How many of the 11 kids are living with you all?
Right now, there's 3 of them.
3 of them. Okay.
They're all adults, but they're still living at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anthony, I want to hear your thoughts. Here's the deal. Number one, this is a lesson, John, about co-signing. Because when you co-sign, what you're saying is you're guaranteeing that the loan is going to be paid. Your daughter did not qualify for this loan on her own. The only way she got it was because you were on this loan. So first and foremost, you're going to need to go in and talk to the bank and communicate with them in talking about what they're willing to do. If they will put that $7,000, I mean, number one, let's face it, it would have been better off for you all to sell this vehicle yourself as opposed to letting it get repossessed, because you could have sold it for a lot more, right? They gave it away for about $8,500. Now they're coming after you. I would go in. I would detail your situation to the bank about the other medical situations and all that's going on and the health issues with your daughter. Get them to put that dollar amount in writing, and you got to start making payments on this thing. For you to say, well, I'll just wait and let it go to collections, well, now you've got the potential of adding some other legal issues on top of it.
Well, technically right now, Hogan, he's already in collections. And this is what I would recommend, especially with me. My very first job was in the collection field, and I did that for 3 years. Right now, they're saying that they will not negotiate. Here's what I want you to do, Sean. Don't make any payments yet. I want you to get up at least $3,000 to $4,000. Most collection agencies buy this on cents on the dollar. The best time to negotiate with collection agencies is the last week of the month. And you go to them and say, you know what, I'll give you 35 cents on the dollar. That's about $3,300 of the $11,000. And you wait till the last 3 business days. They will budge. They will bite. At the end of the day, you signed, you told them, hey, I will help pay this if my daughter cannot. So legally, you have to do it, and morally, you have to do it. This is not a convenient way. You can't push it all on your daughter. And I'm sorry that you made this decision. But how you get out of this right now is get up a bunch, get at least $3,000 to $4,000 and tell them, hey, this is the best thing I can do as a co-signer. Offer that to them the very last week of this month, and I guarantee you they'll help them out, Hogan.
Yeah, I too have been in collections and have done that. The reality is right now it sounds like to me it's still with the original bank, so it hasn't gone on to a collection status yet. And as far as you're behind, but they haven't sold it off. I still think, and again, you're right, and as far as coming to settle that thing, they're going to take money because they're greedy, right? And so having some money, getting it saved up is going to be a big thing. But I think if you can't pay, you can at least pay attention. And what I mean by that is having communication with them to help them to understand that, hey, here's the deal. I've got health issues, and I'm going to take care of my kids' health long before I worry about this thing. And so the reality of, as you start to weigh them, this doesn't even become a factor when you're trying to keep your kids healthy and doing well. But communicate, talk with them, lay it out. And I'm with Anthony. You get up some dollar amount and go in, as long as you don't pay them until they tell you they're willing to accept this payment as payment in full.
Yes.
Right? Which means they're not coming back to see you. They're going to write you a letter that says that, and then you can hand over the $3 to $4 grand or whatever it is. If people won't put the settlement offer in writing, I'm telling you, it's not real.
Yeah.
All right. So the moral of this, don't co-sign.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't co-sign. People will try to guilt you. Family members will try to make you feel bad. Listen, I won't co-sign for myself. Just process that, okay? Bottom line is you're guaranteeing it. And what you end up doing, a lot of people, they don't think that, hey, if they can't pay, then I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happens. And Anthony, what gets me more riled up than situations like this is to think of the grandparents out there that end up co-signing for Junior or Juniette, and they don't make a payment, and now they have to deal with their Social Security or whatever, and they're stuck with the payment.
Hogan, I had that come up about a few months ago. A grandmother makes maybe about $900 from a Social Security check, but she has an 800 credit score, co-signed on her grandson's BMW, a $1,200 payment, brand new, and he couldn't make the payments, and they called her. And the bank realized that there's no way in the world that she can do it.
No
way. So it's just
that is predatory lending.
It is,
because there's no way on earth her making $900 a month she should have been a cosigner on a $1,200 payment.
But you know what they did? You know what the banks are doing? I mean, not the banks. You know what the car dealerships are doing? Lying on her income because her credit score was so strong. They don't have to prove her income.
Oh,
so it's like these dealerships, man, are just misusing people and just. Anyways, that's why we just teach don't do debt.
Yeah. And here's the deal. Let's talk about this. If you're running behind on your payments, typically by the time you get 3 to 4 payments behind, they are talking repossession.
Yes.
I want you to contact them. I want you to outright try to sell the vehicle. You're going to do a better job of selling it. You're going to get more money than they are, because once the bank or the car dealership repossesses it, they're going to take it to an auction. The auction is going to sell it to the highest bidder. And then the bank is going to turn around and come to you for the difference. And this is what Sean is dealing with. So, again, if you can't pay attention to it. Try to work it out. You're going to advocate for you much better than the bank will. And so you have to have that mindset. This is stressful. We've got people right now in a position throughout this COVID situation, Anthony, that are having to make some choices about what they can afford to pay.
Yeah, you know what? And here's the thing. We already know what you need to be paying. Right now, you need to be focused on the 4 walls. Okay?
Tell them, Ayo.
All right, America, listen to me clearly. You're going to focus on your house. You're going to focus on your transportation. And your transportation is make sure you got gas and cars running. Make sure you got food. Make sure you got your lights on, your utilities. So those are the 4 main things that you need to be focusing on right now. And then if you have those 4 walls covered during this season, then let's start looking at paying your bills. But right now, make sure that you and your family are safe. But let's say, for an example, you do have your job, you do have your income coming in, and let's say you do have some student loans. That's your only debt out there right now. Well, student loans have been pushed off till December. Go ahead and pay those, okay? So have your priorities, follow the process, follow the system, and I promise you, you will be okay. And we're right here. We're going to walk you through this process.